video that has attracted millions of views on YouTube. This video tells the story of a rather controversial situation. A man was pulled over by the police for allegedly using his mobile phone while driving. However, he completely denied the accusation, insisting that what he was holding wasn't a phone, but just a sandwich. Of course, the police weren't easily convinced. They decided to check his documents to get to the bottom of the situation. But here's the twist: everything was recorded by a dashcam. And this footage has sparked heated debates across social media. Was this just a humorous misunderstanding, or was there something more to it? More importantly, this situation raises an interesting question about human perception and judgment. In many cases, what we think we see isn't always the truth. Did the officer jump to conclusions too quickly? Or was the man simply trying to come up with a clever excuse? Either way, this story is sure to entertain you. So let's dive into the video, analyze what happened, and decide for ourselves what really went down.
How's it going, man?
Yeah,
Officer Radford, Parkridge Police. You got your license, registration, insurance?
Yeah.
Alright. Reason for the stop is I saw your cell phone in your hand when you were driving, okay?
That was a sandwich.
I saw your phone.
My phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't, I know what a sandwich looks like. It was your phone.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
So it was a rectangular thing. Whether it was your wallet, your phone, it looked like your phone.
Okay.
Alright? So that's why I'm pulling you over. Where are you headed to?
School.
School?
Yeah.
Hills?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Let me just run your license. If it's all clear, you'll be on your way. Okay? I'm not going to give you a ticket. Alright?
I have a previous warning.
That's fine.
Okay.
Alright? I appreciate the honesty. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to run it, alright?
Okay.
Alright, like I said, just a warning. I'm not going to give you a ticket.
Okay.
Like I said, if I'm going to take your word for it, right? I trust you. If it wasn't your phone, it wasn't your phone.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was, but
Okay.
all good. Alright?
Yeah.
This incident reflects a stark contrast in how people in different countries use dashcams. While in many parts of the world, dashcams are used to protect against fraud and insurance scams, in the US, they are often used to protect citizens from the police. This is a clear sign of declining trust in law enforcement, as many believe they could be unfairly treated or wrongfully accused without concrete evidence. A society where people feel the need to record every moment to protect themselves from those who are supposed to protect them is a society with a serious crisis of trust and accountability. The most unfortunate aspect of this entire incident is the police's refusal to acknowledge their mistake. This could have been an opportunity for them to demonstrate professionalism, transparency, and goodwill in rebuilding public trust. A simple apology or an admission of error would have improved the relationship between law enforcement and the community. Instead, they missed this opportunity, deepening public skepticism even further. If the police cannot accept their own mistakes, how can they expect the public to trust in the fairness of the system? This is one of the most outrageous cases of police overreach this year, so wild that it would be hard to believe without video evidence. It highlights why recording interactions with law enforcement is so crucial. A car tailing him too closely. Upon closer inspection, he realized that the driver wasn't just anyone, it was an off-duty police officer. The officer was in plain clothes, driving an unmarked vehicle with no license plates, and showing no signs of being on official duty. No sirens, no lights, no legitimate traffic stop yet that didn't stop him from turning a non-incident into an astonishing display of power. The two had a history of encounters before, but this time, something felt different. The officer seemed determined to assert his authority in an inexplicable way. He blocked the man in a parking lot under the pretext of investigating excessive noise and smoke. But what's worth noting is that this didn't happen during a routine traffic stop. It happened after the man voluntarily pulled over to question why he was being followed so closely and requested a supervising officer to be called to the scene. The officer not only refused once, but twice, and even went as far as threatening to arrest him for obstruction. What do you think? Was this officer abusing his power, or was he justified in his actions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Share this story so more people can see what happened and weigh in on this shocking incident. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.
What is the reason you're telling me to sit in my vehicle? Why can't I be out?
You've been investigated
For what?
for excessive noise.
Excessive
For
noise?
excessive noise, absolutely.
What excessive noise? My
Excessive
vehicle's
noise
off,
of your
sir.
vehicle. No.
My
It
vehicle's
was.
off, sir.
It was. Excessive
It's been
noise.
here.
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you, but I don't think you're
I have
listening
you,
to me.
I have you on camera.
What's your name and badge number?
I have you on camera.
What's your name and badge
Ontario
number?
Provincial Police, badge 14489.
And what's your name, sir?
Sit down.
Sir, what's your name?
I identified myself.
No, you give me your badge number. I need
Active
your name.
Detective Sergeant Kaplik. Sit
Kaplik?
down. Yes.
Okay, what's the reason for me being restrained right now?
You've not been restrained, you've been investigated. Sit down in your vehicle.
So I'm not being restrained.
You're going to refuse listening to my orders, you will be arrested for obstruct. Sit down.
Am I being restrained?
You've been investigated. Yes. Sit down, I said.
Is that being restrained?
You've been investigated. Are you listening to
What
me?
is the difference between investigated and restrained?
I'm going to give you one more chance to sit down in your vehicle.
But am I being restrained?
No, not restrained.
So
You've
then
been
am I free to
investigated.
go?
No, you're not.
Am I restrained?
You've been investigated. Sit down.
Am I being restrained?
You've been detained, yes.
For
Sit
which
down.
reason?
I just explained to you why you need to identify yourself.
For what?
For provincial
what probable
offense
cause? What cause do
you
you
listening to
have
me?
for me to identify myself to
Are you listening to me?
I am.
Okay. Sit down, I said.
What's the reason?
Sir, I'm going to give you one last chance to sit down. Otherwise, you're going to be arrested.
For
Obstruct
which
police.
reason?
Driver's license, ownership, and insurance.
You want that?
Yes.
I'm going to give it to you because you're threatening me with arresting me,
No,
but there's no
this
reason.
is not a threat.
That is a
It's
threat.
not a threat.
There is no reason to do
Sit
any
down
of this.
and get your license.
All because you were right on my
Get
ass
your license.
in a manual vehicle.
Get
you're
your
gonna
license,
arrest
I
me.
said.
The officer gives contradictory statements about the citizen's legal status, leaving them confused about their rights. If a person is not being detained, they are free to leave. If they are detained, the officer must clearly state the reason. Here, the officer first says the person is not detained, then immediately contradicts himself by saying they are detained, suggesting an arbitrary use of authority.
Down and produce your driver's license, ownership, and
I can give you my driver's license right now.
in your vehicle right now.
But you told me I can't be in my vehicle earlier.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you
need to
did. I
sit
said
down
I'm going to
your
be in my vehicle and leave, and you said, no, do not get into your vehicle. You said that, sir.
You need to be inside your vehicle, and you're not allowed to drive away until I'm done.
Is this a traffic stop?
Yes, it is.
But you didn't pull me over. I willingly came into the parking lot because I wanted to discuss
You know
with you
what?
to
How
not
about- how
ride
about
my
this?
ass.
How about this? I have you on video camera,
Okay,
waving you to pull over, and you giving you this.
of course.
Okay? So that's a refusal to stop.
You
After I
didn't tell me to
identified
pull
myself.
over. You don't have lights nor sirens
I don't
on
need
your
to.
vehicle.
I do not need
You
to.
do. So
I
what?
identified
I can
myself.
go behind any car, tell them to wave over, and they have to stop? How does that make any sense?
Sit down in your vehicle, please.
Sir, this isn't looking good for you.
This is looking very bad for you.
No,
Have a seat.
this isn't looking bad for
Are you
me.
listening to me or not?
I'm listening, but you keep telling me this.
What's that?
The same exact thing. And where's the sergeant?
I'm waiting for your
Where's
driver's
the
license,
sergeant?
ownership, and insurance.
And I told you I have it here, and
Right
you're
now.
refusing to take
Right
it.
now.
So now you'll take it. Now you'll take it?
Right now.
Right now. Okay. There you
Thank you. Ownership and insurance for the vehicle.
are. Ownership and okay. Well, first of all,
Ownership
I need
and insurance
I
for
need
the
you to
vehicle.
get a sergeant over here. before I
Ownership? No,
continue.
you will. You will
Can
give
you
me that?
please make the call on your radio for the sergeant, please?
Ownership.
I
and
do
insurance
not
for
feel
the vehicle.
safe. Me and you only here. You have a gun. I am completely unarmed, and I
Yeah.
don't necessarily trust you are a
Sit
legitimate
down.
officer.
Sit down in the vehicle right now.
But you're telling me I wasn't able to.
I'm telling you now.
So
Sit
it's
down in
changed.
the vehicle. No, it's not a change. Right now, you have one final caution before handcuffs gonna go on you.
There's going to be no
One final
reason
caution.
for it. So you're threatening me. And you're approaching
In the
me.
car. In the
And
car
you're
right now.
approaching me. After being told to stay away. Call your sergeant right now.
You're not listening to me.
I am. I'm coming to my vehicle.
The officer threatens arrest without providing a valid legal reason. A lawful arrest requires probable cause or reasonable suspicion, but in this case, the officer gives no justification. This could be considered intimidation and coercion rather than proper law enforcement.
Can you stop approaching me? You're making me uncomfortable and
Then you
threatened.
sit down in your vehicle.
There is
and
no
act
reason to
accordingly.
approach me.
So
I'm not
You're
doing
gonna-
anything
yes.
to intimidate you. You're trying to intimidate
I'm
me,
not
and it's
intimidating
not
you.
going to work.
You need ownership and insurance to be produced.
And I
okay?
told you,
As a
once
legal
your
demand.
sergeant
No,
is here, yes,
no.
because I don't
No,
believe
first-
you're an officer. You're in an unmarked vehicle, pulling me over, say that's okay without sirens
yes,
and
that's
lights.
absolutely okay.
How do I know you're an officer, though? That's why I'm waiting
Okay.
for your sergeant.
Did you not see my
Anybody
ID?
can make that.
Really?
Anybody can.
Sit down.
Sir, I don't trust you.
Sit down.
I don't trust you.
Sir,
Sir, what is the problem with me standing here?
the problem is
Yes.
that you keep acting belligerent.
Belligerent, how
Yes.
so?
How so?
Because I'm the-
well, now
okay.
your tone has changed, okay? Your tone was absolutely different when you were giving me
It's on the
this.
it's
and-
on the
yeah,
recording.
no,
This
it-
whole
and it's-
time my tone has
everything-
stayed the same.
You know what? And everything is on recording as well.
That's good.
okay. So what I need you to do,
Okay.
it's a legal demand.
Yes.
Okay.
Once the
ownership and
sergeant is here.
insurance. No.
You have my driver's license for
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but I will give you that other information once I see that your sergeant is here.
fine.
And can you please step away? It's very uncomfortable. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Do not move from there.
Today, we're going to take a look at a shocking case of how law enforcement can overstep its boundaries. A police officer in Somerset, Texas, received a call about something happening at a house. The exact details unclear, but they showed up to investigate. As they approached a man standing there, he simply said, "Yeah, I'm fine. That should have been the end of it, right? Nope." Instead of leaving, the officer kept pressing him, asking for his ID without giving any valid reason. And this is where things started to escalate. This man knew his rights. He refused to provide his ID, something he was completely within his rights to do. But rather than respecting that, the officer pushed the situation further. And somehow, in a so-called magical way, this man ended up getting arrested without any clear legal justification. This is a perfect example of how a simple interaction with the police can turn into a case of civil rights being violated. Did the officer actually have the legal authority to do this? Did he cross the line? And more importantly, could this happen to any of us? Let's watch the video and break it down. What do you think about how the police handled this situation? Were they justified, or was this a blatant abuse of power? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Helping out my dad. Can I have my knife back?
Yes, I'm gonna give it right back to you, brother. Don't worry. Look, I'm gonna sit it right here. Okay, I'll give it right back to you.
I need a reasonable and articulable reason for stopping me.
We got a call about you being out here.
Standing on the side of the road? Is that illegal?
Suspicious activity.
Is that illegal? Standing on the side of the road?
It's not, but if somebody calls it in, we're gonna come out and investigate it.
Okay, but have I brought
This tyrant police officer admitted that standing on the roadside is not illegal, but still came to investigate just because of a report. This could lead to law enforcement without a legal basis, creating the misunderstanding that the police will intervene whenever someone reports, even without any actual violation.
broken the law?
No, we say that?
Okay, so can I have my knife back?
I'll give it right back to you. Sir.
No, I need it back now because it's mine.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll give it right back to you.
Yes, it does. Yes, it actually does. I know my rights.
Awesome, sir.
Haha, it's funny. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Sir, so what's going on with this Mercedes right here? Who's that? Do you know that?
Yeah, that's my dad.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
So we got a call about him and you, and I don't know, I guess circling you.
Yeah, they said he was circling you, so somebody probably thought you were in trouble.
No, not in
That's why
trouble.
We're out here.
No, not in trouble. So everything's cool.
Everything's cool. Do you have a driver's license on you, bro?
Did I do anything wrong?
We're just, like I said, we're
Then I don't need to show
investigating
my ID.
this. Well, we're investigating an incident, sir. I just want to make sure everything's all right.
Everything's all right.
Well, I mean, you're being a little hostile. That's
I am being hostile because you stopped me on private property and you took my knife away from me, which is a legal seizure.
Okay.
I would like to have it back.
Like I said, sir, we're investigating an incident that took place.
Okay.
I took your knife just for my safety, your safety. You're gonna give it right back. I'm gonna give it right back to you, okay? That's not an issue. But you have an ID.
I don't have to give that.
What's your name? What's your name? Date of birth.
I don't have to give that either.
According to Texas Penal Code Section 38.02, a citizen is only required to provide identification if they have been lawfully arrested.